isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation. We got no relation.
Welcome to the Fright Flag Pack. It's Termex here, and welcome back to another Borderlands 3 build video. Today, I am very excited to show you guys my new build for Flak using the new Monarch assault rifle that has joined the Borderlands loot pool. Luckily, this will be a PC save file. But yes, this is a Mayhem 10 build, and I'm really excited to show you guys this build, and I think it might be the best AR in the game. I know that's a strong statement, but I really think it's the best AR in the game. So before we get into the video, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on any of the future Mayhem 10 builds that I will be putting out. The build after this build is going to be my Mayhem 10 Stagecoach build, so make sure you don't miss that. You can join my Discord for live updates and all that cool stuff, but let's get right into the build itself. Alright, starting off into the soccer tree, we're maxing out Furious Attack for the extra gun damage every time we shoot an enemy. This goes up to 20% bonus gun damage, and this gun shoots pretty fast, and I'll go into how the mechanics work after we get done with the skill tree. Overclock for the extra fire rate. 3 out of 3 to turn tail and run for the extra gun damage and fire rate while standing still, mainly for our bossing. But in Bipod Mode, we are going to be getting this buff. And the damage reduction and health regeneration while moving is very helpful as well. 1 point to self-repairing systems to help us go further into the tree. And 1 point into Lick the Wounds so we can finally advance to the next category of skills. But Lick the Wounds is one of the signature perks of the Flak Pack. Maxing out Fast and the Furious for the extra gun damage and movement speed. Movement speed is going to be a little crucial with this build because we are going to be pretty limited with movement speed. 3 points into Hidden Machine so we get that 18% damage while not being targeted. 4 out of 5 in Rage and Recover for the extra health after a kill. And finally, the capstone in the stalker tree. When we activate our action skill, we will be getting 25% bonus damage for 15 seconds. But we're going to be at max health most of the time. And when we are at max health, this skill is going to be giving us 50% bonus damage. Over into the Hunter tree, maxing out Leave No Trace so we can not go through ammo as quickly. And we're going to be hitting a lot more shots per mag. 5 points in the Interplanetary Stalker so we can get that 10% gun damage per kill. This stacks up to 3 times. Max out head count so we can get our action skill back way quicker. Max out Two Fang for the extra projectile shot chance. 2 out of 5 in the Hunter's Eye. Don't put points into it yourself. This is covered by our class mod. Max out Big Game for double the Hunter skill duration and 30% more strength on the effects. 3 out of 3 into the Most Dangerous Game, so when we kill a badass, we get that 25% gun damage and 10% crits. Galactic Shadow for the 15% increased critical hit damage. 2 out of 5 into Grim Harvest, so we can get a little bit of gun damage, but it's mainly so we can get our capstone Megavore. We all know how Megavore is. It's one of the best capstones on Flak. We get that 20% chance to crit no matter what we're doing. And for your last 3 points, pop them into Persistence Hunter for the 12% gun damage and the 45% action skill duration. The reason we put points into this is because our fadeaway setup is going to run Gorillas in the Mist, as you guys know. I get a lot of questions about how I'm using more than 3 shots in my fadeaway, and that's Gorillas in the Mist. I'm surprised not a lot of people know about this. Gorillas in the Mist makes you shoot as much as you want in fadeaway, but it greatly reduces the critical hit damage bonus, and it doesn't last as long, and that's the reason why we put points into Persistence Hunter over here. But along with Gorillas in the Mist, you're going to be using Unblinking Eye for the extra crit damage per hits to kind of compensate for the crit damage taken away. It doesn't really do too much, but it helps out quite a bit. And as for your pet, I went with the Gunslinger Jabber for the extra crit damage and the movement speed, because again, movement speed is going to be kind of important here. And for the purpose of this build, Guardian Rank is going to be disabled. No Guardian Rank, so you guys can't see how the build works with all the overpowered perks, because you can make any build good with your Guardian Rank on. A lot of people aren't going to tell you that, but it could make most guns viable. But without the Guardian Rank, you guys get to see the raw damage of the build itself, and if you choose to turn on your Guardian Rank, this build will be even better. And for our Mayhem 10 modifiers, we have Speed Demon, Healy Avenger, Laser Fair, and Buddy System. Buddy System's a little annoying, but these are the best roles, and these are the roles I play with that are most enjoyable for me, and none of them impact our gun damage or crit damage whatsoever. Now over into the inventory, we will be putting a rocket launcher in here. This is the Plague Bearer. I'm going to make a future build on this another day. But the main thing we have here is the Monarch. Now, if you want to get your hands on the Monarch, you have to farm kilovolts in Electra City, and he will eventually drop this. Keep farming him. That's where I got my drop. But talking about the Monarch, what does the Monarch do? Well, it is an assault rifle manufactured by Vladov, and something really cool is it reminds me of the Dictator and the Shredifier if they had a baby. If you shoot the bullets normally, you're shooting about 4, sometimes 5, 6 pellets based on when our Two-Fang decides to proc, and it only costs 1 bullet. But when we go into Bipod mode, which every one of these has, you shoot 8 bullets for the price of 1. And it's kind of insane, and no, it's not a burst fire, that's just me showing you the projectiles. It shoots full auto. This thing is like a bullet hose. But as for the gear we're going to be using with it, we are going to use a transformer. Kind of self-explanatory on why. It's going to help us with tankiness in Mayhem 10, and we're going to be getting bullets back into our magazine, because this thing shreds through bullets, but it also shreds through enemies. It's a lot more ammo efficient than the Sandhawk, but I can't say it's completely ammo efficient, because you'll eventually run out of ammo. It could make it through Athenas without buying any ammo, and that's kind of like a good way to do it. And in my Maliwan takedown run, I did not go through ammo once, and it was only normal takedown. I have not yet to do true takedown, so don't quote me on that, but let me know how it goes in true takedown. As for the grenade, we have our It's Piss returning with a corrosive ASE. The It's Piss allows us to get the 20% bonus damage for 6 seconds when we throw it at an enemy. You'll know when this is active when the enemy, it looks like they have the radiation effect. As for the relic, we do have the Pearl of Knowledge with extra fire rate and magazine size, and we get that stack damage increase, which is very nice. And for our class mod, we have a stack bot. Now with stack bot being fixed, it's probably one of my favorite clack. With mine, you get 26% more magazine size and assault rifle damage. I have yet to see any Vladov crit rolls on a class mod. I'm pretty sure it's impossible, but this is the best one that I got. Now we are getting 3 points provided for us over into the blue tree with the skill Pack Tactics, and yes, this will actually assist our damage and health. You do not need to be spec'd into the perk for it to actually count, just to make that clear. But yeah, let's take it to some mobbing. This is the new cartels, I guess you say, area, and we're gonna do some mobbing. I do have the password. Alright, this is the password right here. Yes, alright. So without the Bipod mode, we're going to see how it performs. It's about average without Bipod mode, I would have to say. It deals damage, but it's not the best. Like, obviously it's going to kill things, but when you go into Bipod mode, this is where things get crazy. You just start melting enemies. It's insane. Like, any enemy that stands in your way, they're going to die. It doesn't matter who they are. It could be Wotan. It could be Graveward. It could be Tyreen. It could be anyone. They're not going to stand in your way. And since we do have Speed Demon on, every time we get a kill, we're going to be getting bonus movement speed from our Mayhem modifiers. And that's allowing us to actually move around in Bipod mode. And as you see, we are getting Fade Away quite often, but you already know how Flak's Fade Away works. You're not really invisible. The enemies are still going to track you and kill you at their own will. So don't rely on Fade Away for your survivability. More rely on the fact that you're killing them before they can even shoot you. But if you want to move around, make sure you switch into the rifle mode. The rifle mode, I was just making fun of it, but it's not that bad if you don't want to go into Bipod. But I personally think Bipod mode, you're getting twice the projectiles for the same value of ammo, so it's kind of dumb not to be in Bipod mode, you know what I mean? But this gun is really fun to use, and you don't even need anointments for elements because it is a non-elemental weapon. And I cannot think of a single enemy that comes to mind that resists non-elemental projectiles, so you're not going to have really any hard counters, because it's doing all its damage through non-elemental means. And since we are getting the Pearl to stack up along with the stack bot, most enemies, they just melt. You glance at them and everything just dies. It's very satisfying, very fun, and I kind of feel like I'm Mose when I'm playing with this gun, even though I'm Flak. I guess when it comes to tips and usage of this weapon, range is not your friend. Range is going to limit your amount of damage dealt because it is not a very accurate weapon and the projectile spread is very unpredictable. But if you're up close, that shouldn't really be a problem. I guess if you want to mentally challenge yourself, play this AR like it's a shotgun. It sounds dumb, but play it like a shotgun and you're going to have a very, very fun time using it. And of course, we're going to get our ASEs when we're outside of fadeaway. So we're still going to be doing elemental damage, of course, but when you're in fadeaway, that's when you're going to be doing your melting, because your stack bot's going to stack up, and all of that good stuff. Now I'm just trying to clear out these guys so I can get to one of the underbosses so you guys see how it performs on that, because obviously these guys are kind of a joke when you're using this gun. Honestly, this is what I wish the Shredifier was, because I love the Shredifier. I loved it in Borderlands 2, and I kind of wish it performed like this, but this is a good substitute as well. Very fun, very ammo efficient, and it kills everything. Alright, let's pop in the fadeaway and take out Mr. Tenderizer. Okay, well, maybe he's not the strongest underboss, but you know what I mean. Yeah, that's basically my thoughts on the Monarch, and I think it's probably one of the best guns with the new update. I might go as far to say it's one of the best guns in the game right now, but I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. I read 99% of my comments, and this is one of those guns that I'm really excited that I found, and really excited that I got to use, and it's very fun. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the build. Make sure you leave a like down below if you did, and subscribe if you're new. And like I said, make sure you ring that bell so you don't miss out on any of these new Mayhem 10 flak builds. And make sure you join that Flak Pack Discord. Link will be in the description below. We have trading on all platforms. We have a very nice community in there. And we'd love to see you stop by. But anyway, you guys have a great day. And me and Scorch Jr. will see you guys later.